Today we're applying what we did in the last lesson with dividing and changing the remainders into decimals. So today we're actually going to go through and divide decimals by whole numbers. And in the next lesson we'll learn how to divide decimals by decimals. So dividing decimals by whole numbers, you want to follow the normal division procedures. However, when you do it, you're going to do it similarly to the way that we did in the last lesson, where that decimal falls, you're going to place it directly above into the quotient. And then if you need to add zeros as necessary, as we did in the last one, to the dividend, which remember the dividend is on the inside of the box, then you can go ahead and do that to extend the division out as far as necessary. But again, keep in mind, you don't want to go beyond the thousandths place. 3 decimal places is more than enough. If you need to stop beyond that, you're welcome to. So once you have those steps, go ahead and copy those down. And we're going to go ahead then into some examples. Alright, example number 1. So if I were to take and say we have 4.25 divided by 5. So 4.25 divided by 5. We follow normal procedures. 5 does not go into 4, so I have to extend it out, but I've crossed over that decimal, so we're moving that decimal directly above where it falls into the quotient. So now 5 goes into 42 8 times, which is 40. When I subtract, I get 2, bring down the 5, goes into that 5 times. 25, we subtract and get no remainder. So my answer is 0.85. So it's almost the same as division as we've done it before. It's just a matter of making sure to use the decimal placement accurately. So if I put 4 into 32.60, okay? So 4 goes into 32 8 times. 8 times 4 is actually 32. So I subtract, we get 0, we bring down the 6. Now since we've crossed over, that decimal point comes directly above. 4 goes into 6 one time. Subtract and bring down the 0. That's 5 times, and when we subtract, we end up with the 0 remainder. So then my answer is 8.15. So not much new here. It's just a matter of, again, moving that decimal directly above into the correct location. So 115.2 divided by 24. Again, with that double digit, we're going to have to kind of estimate a little bit because it's not as easy just to look at it and to know. So here we have 24 going into 115. I'm going to say it's going to be about 4 times. 4 times 4 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8, plus the 1 is 9. So when I subtract, we end up with, let's see here, we end up with 9, we end up with a 19. Bring down the 2, Again, the decimal goes directly above. 24 is going to go in there, I'm going to say about 8 times. So 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 2 is 16. Plus the 3, it's going to give us 192 with 0 remainder. So then my answer is 4.8. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and give you a couple here to do on your own. So we'll call this example number 4. We'll have A. So part A, I want you guys to do 4.05 divided by 15. Then I want you to do part B. We're going to do 6.00 divided by 8. So go ahead and do those two. Take a minute, try those. Make sure you get your answer before you look at my work. And to make sure that you understand this before moving on. Alright, so there are your two answers for those two problems. Again, making sure that you are following through with just normal division procedures and placing the decimal directly above. In the next lesson, we will talk about how to divide decimals by decimals.